At the end, the real Saw-on whispers something to Saw-on. As the police gather, he points a gun toward him, and the sound of the gunshot surprises Hee-ju. After that, Saw-on goes missing, and Hee-ju tries to reach him. However, she receives a call from 567, which turns out to be from Saw-on. In the novel, Saw-on decides to disappear, determined to ensure that neither the real Saw-on nor he can live under the name Saw-on. As 567, he keeps calling Hee-ju, but she knows the caller must be him. Because of this, Hee-ju decides to find Saw-on. She uses Saw-on's connections with the Argon government to meet him. In the end, she is able to reunite with Saw-on, and they express their longing for each other after being apart for so long. At the end, Kyu-jin is arrested for the murder of Jong-ho and for confining Hee-ju and the real Saw-on. Moreover, thanks to Sang-woo and Yuri, they are able to hold the Baek family accountable for the case of the missing children at Sinal Child Care Center. As a result, the influential Baek family collapses, and the public learns that Saw-on is the victim of Jong-ho's greed. Do-jae is held accountable for his wrongdoings, but since he is deceived by the real Saw-on and helps capture him, his sentence might be reduced. A moment arises when the government needs Saw-on's negotiation expertise, and he plans to strike a deal to officially register his birth and name. This is especially important as he prepares to marry Hee-ju again, but this time as himself, not as Saw-on. Hee-ju chooses a new name for him, Baek Gyo-on. It is a name that reminds her of the sunset they once watched together. Now they are starting a new life. In the novel, they don't return to the luxurious house they once lived in. Instead, they move into a completely new home that is very different from their old one but perfectly suits their new life. Every corner of the house reflects the touches of Hee-ju and Gyo-on. Hae-ju and Gyo-on have been planning their wedding for months, and when the big day arrives, they opt for a small ceremony with only a few close acquaintances, excluding their families. On their way to the wedding, an accident occurs on the road. Gyo-on steps out to assess the situation. Using his skills, he negotiates with the person responsible for the accident and manages to resolve the issue. Once the matter is settled, they continue on their way to the wedding. In a special side story, the novel reveals how Saw-on uses his name again as he returns to work in politics. This time, he works in the National Assembly as a spokesperson. Over the course of their 6-year marriage, Hee-ju longs to have a child, but Saw-on keeps avoiding her, often staying away from home. This is because he fears having a child with Hee-ju. He worries that he might have inherited traits from Jong-ho, and he is afraid of having a child who might turn out like the real Saw-on. However, Hee-ju finds a way to convince him, seeking advice from Gyu-jin, the mother of the real Saw-on. Through her understanding and support, Hee-ju is able to ease Saw-on's concerns. It's expected that they will soon start a family of their own,